All right, what's up, people? Today, I am going to just be probably just talking about all of the Revenant changes and all my feelings on Revenant as a whole. Let me just start off by saying I actually think this episode, it's only been a week. Hell, it's only been like a little under a week. I think this episode is better than Revenant, or than Final Shape. I think it's better than Final Shape. I think it's better than Echoes. The entirety of Echoes, not just Act 1. I think the first week of Revenant is better than Final Shape. I think it's better than all of Echoes as a whole. This act, I think Bungie did really well on. And this is coming from a person who has spent multiple thousands of hours in Destiny. I put multiple thousands of hours in the game. I have played basically every single update that has come out for this game. And I really, really love Destiny. Bungie has done a lot of fucked up shit. They have. And even throughout all of the fucked up shit that Bungie has done, I have still said Destiny is one of my favorite games. And I also say it's one of my least favorite games. It's kind of like a joke me and some of my friends have where I say I love Destiny, but I hate Destiny. You know, it's love-hate relationship, really. But honestly speaking, no, I don't want to say anything too soon because it hasn't even been a week yet for this episode or this act or anything. I really do think though Destiny 2 is back, bro. I really do think it, and it kind of pains me to say that. But it's so good, bro. I'm just gonna talk about all of the shit I like, and I'll mention a couple things here and there that I don't like, but there honestly really isn't a lot of stuff that I don't like. So actually, we'll start on that first. The only thing, and I will say this, the only thing I do not like about this act, but I guess it's not technically speaking this act, this is just Destiny as a whole right now. I don't like how you get exotics, specifically exotic armor. I think that shit needs to go away, because that was annoying when I was trying to unlock the new exotics that came out this season. It was super annoying and I hated it. But other than that, I have no complaints about the game, honestly. Let's take a look at episode Echoes for example to compare. Obviously, you're gonna compare the two acts or the two episodes to each other. So during Echoes, they released a game mode nobody liked. Everybody hated the Battlegrounds Echoes thing. They hated it. People hated it so much they had to make a new game mode within the same episode in order to revamp it. Nobody liked the secret exotic mission that they had in. Nobody really likes the new exotic mission they had in. Echoes was boring, let's be honest. And one of the main reasons why Echoes was so boring is because they time gated the entire fucking story. You couldn't play through the entire story because you had to play through it the first day and then the entire week you just had to wait. And honestly, at this point, that's kind of the only thing people care about in Destiny 2. It's the build crafting and the story. Everything else kind of fucking sucks, which is fair, and I kind of agree with that. But time getting the story is so freaking crazy to me. When the story could be really good, it could be. I think, though, that Echoes got kind of fucked because they not only time gated the story, but it was also a Vex story, and every single Vex story besides like the Black Heart has been shit. And I don't think Bungie knows how to make a story about the Vex that's actually good. So they kind of got shafted in both ways. In Revenant, though, you got all the story from day one. Now, I've seen a lot of complaints about how people saying, oh, well, then there's nothing to do in the game because we don't have the story took maybe 2-3 hours. That's the point, you stupid child. If you don't time gate the content and you get to see all of the content at once, it's going to be shorter than if you did time gate it. Because if we take away all of the time spent from the first, like, from Act 1 of Echoes, if we take away all the time gating and put just the story content together, it would have amounted to the same amount of time, honestly. Then if Revenant was time gated and we had to wait every single week to get a new part of the story, it would have taken the same amount of time. Like, the time getting thing was so bad, man, and it sucked so much. And another thing that I hated about the time getting is time getting upgrades. So in Echoes, if you wanted to get an upgrade, so let's say you wanted to focus something about an exotic, or not exotic, you wanted to focus a certain weapon or focus a certain piece of armor, you had to wait for it. You couldn't do it on the first week because you had to wait until you unlocked the upgrade the next week. It sucked. But you know what I just finished doing? Like maybe 2-3 hours ago, I just finished getting all of my tonics, all of my upgrades, did the entire story for the game. And now I could just do whatever the hell I want with the tonics. And I don't have to worry about fucking waiting for upgrades and shit. Like, bro, it's so much better. Actually, okay, wait, hang on. This is completely off topic from what I was just saying. You're gonna notice this video doesn't really have a direction. I'm just gonna kind of jump and shoot off to whatever angle My mind kind of works like that, and I have a really huge headache right now, so I'm just kind of speed running this video. Another thing I do hate, not hate, I dislike it. I hate the conversation about crafting weapons. I don't think it's that big of a deal, man. I really don't. I know people don't like crafting because it just takes the RNG out of the game and it takes the fun out of searching for your proper role or whatever. And I kind of want that to be gone. I don't like the RNG. I still haven't, I've played like a stupid amount of Onslaught over the last 5 or so days, and I still haven't gotten my God roll stasis hand cannon, which really pisses me off because I know that if you were able to craft these new Revenant weapons, I would have gotten it within the first maybe day, maybe 2 days if I was unlucky with the deep sight drops. But if we were able to craft this weapon, I would have been able to get my hand cannon as soon as possible. But now I have to sit here and farm 1,000 fucking Onslaught games just to get a roll, which really sucks. Like, I can see both sides of the argument, honestly. I can see on one side, it's fun to search for the RNG weapon, and then when you do get it, it's like a huge sense of fulfillment, and it's very rewarding when you do get the roll you want. And on the other side, people don't want to spend all that fucking time. People just want to get their weapons and then use the weapons that they work for. And it's not like crafting a weapon is hard, you know? It still takes a pretty decent amount of time, especially if you don't have deep sight harmonizers. It still takes a decent amount of time to get lucky with the RNG drops. But it's just so much easier because once you have the weapon, you can use a deep sight harmonizer, you can get the deep sight roll, and then once you have it, you're done. That's it. You don't have to search for more rolls. You don't have to do anything else. You could just, if you want a different roll on that weapon, you could just change it. So I see both sides of the argument. Honestly, I'm on the side of crafting more than RNG because crafting just takes the time out of farming for something, which I like. I don't want to spend hours a day farming for a weapon that might not even have the roll I want, you know? So that's another thing I hate. I would have preferred that Bungie made it so, like, I don't know what they could do. Make it so you can still craft the weapons, but you can get like a better version of that weapon from straight RNG or something. Similar to how they do with like adept weapons from raids and trials and shit. Well, I guess you can't craft trials weapons, but like from raids. From a raid, you can craft a normal weapon, but then you can find an adept weapon that's has better stats and you can do more with it. But you could still get the crafted version. I don't know what they could have done. I don't know. I'm not a fucking game developer. I just think that the crafting thing is so outdated and it's annoying and they should find a better way to fix it. And I'm so tired of hearing people complain about it because I want to craft weapons, okay? Look, shoot me if you must, but I don't want to spend 5 hours a day in Onslaught trying to go for a weapon until I get it. That seems really, really shitty. I'd rather just spend 5 hours one time, get the weapon, and then never have to do that again. Because that's, you know, I just enjoy that more. But back to the things I like. The weapons. Speaking of weapons, the weapons in not just Onslaught, but the weapons in general that have come out this season are absolutely fucking insane. And they keep getting better. Like, they just added in the dungeon, which has insane weapon choices and insane weapon perks on those weapons. Like, they're crazy. Just to name a couple, Rhyme Stealer is an insane perk that is probably the best. Hang on. Before, let me decide what is better. Is Incandescent, Volt Shot, or Rhyme Stealer better? I don't know. Those are like top 3 in my opinion. If we're looking at subclass specific perks like, you know, Incandescent, Heal Clip, Volt Shot, you know, all those types of perks. If we're looking at those, I think Rhyme Stealer is probably within top 3 of being the best because Rhyme Stealer is one of those perks that works on any subclass. If you're on a Void subclass and you destroy a Stasis Crystal somehow, you still get Frost Armor. You don't need to be on Stasis to get Frost Armor, which is why Jolt Shot is so good because you don't need to be on Arc to activate Jolt. You know, that's why they're so good. So it's honestly a debate for another time. I'm not going to spend my time worrying about that. Yeah, the weapons in this act are insane. And we're gonna get more weapons. This is just the first drop of weapons. This is the first week of the act, and the weapons are absolutely crazy. Like I saw the new dungeon grenade launcher. It's the aerial denial frame. If you get that with attrition orbs, you could just spawn an infinite amount of orbs on a tough enemy. That's insane. That looks really fun, and I hope Bungie does it like super heavily nerf that, where you can only generate 1 orb per enemy. I think that would be really dumb if they did that. Another perk that I want to mention, Withering Gaze. Insane perk. I'm gonna make a specific video on just Withering Gaze to see like how busted it actually is, because I think that perk is going to be the new like top tier perk on most Void weapons That seems insane. And I think there should be something like that for all subclasses. Like Solar should get something like that. Arc should get something like that. But Withering Gaze is absolutely insane. The new grenade launcher is another good one. The Liturgy, you can get Chill Clip, Rhyme Stealer, and Disorienting Grenades. Absolutely fucking busted. I just got a roll of that earlier today. Absolutely busted. It's real. The season, man. The season is gas, bro. It's fucking gas. And do not even get me started on the fucking drip. I know people don't like super care about cosmetics when it comes to Destiny. People just care about the game. But cosmetics are a part of the game, all right? They're part of my Destiny, okay? And the cosmetics in this game, in this season, they're peak. I'll be the first to say it. They are peak. We have the Vampire Hunter set from Eververse. We have the Shade, whatever it's called, Shade Binder, I think. No, that's the super. Whatever the seasonal set is, I think that looks super cool. The exotics all look fucking cool. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And speaking of the exotics, let me get there real quick. Rhymecoat Raiment, the best exotic in the game, no questions asked. Literally no questions asked. The only thing that could compete with Rhymecoat Raiment are the exotic class items, and you need to be on Prismatic for those. Rhymecoat Raiment, top tier. Top tier exotic in my opinion. I haven't really tried the Titan exotic yet. I think that one's going to be very gimmicky, but it's also going to be pretty fun, so I'll try that at some point. I'm going to make a video on the Hunter exotic pretty soon. I'm going to make a build video on the Hunter exotic pretty soon because I think that one is super good as well. But yeah, those exotics, super fun. I'm glad they're finally looking at Stasis, bro. Stasis has always been like one of my favorite subclasses in the game, even after getting Strand, even after getting Prismatic. Stasis has been one of my favorite subclasses in the game. I love the idea of ice powers and shit. I really wish they would start looking more into it, and I think that they're trying to look more into it without like breaking the game like they did in the first couple months that Stasis was released. But yeah, I'm really happy that Stasis is finally getting the love it deserves, because Stasis is such a cool fucking subclass. It's still so much cooler than Strand in my opinion. Strand is so lame. Like, the only cool thing on Strand is the fucking grappling hook. Let's all be honest here. The only cool thing on Strand is the grappling hook. You take away the grappling hook, Strand has nothing. Strand has nothing on Stasis. What's another thing? Oh yeah, the game mode. So, like I was saying before, that in Episode Echoes, the game mode that they released for Episode Echoes was so bad that they had to re-release, or they had to release a different game mode entirely. In this episode, they quite literally just gave us Onslaught 2, the I guess Stasis Boogaloo, which honestly I'm fine with. I don't know how Bungie hasn't thought of this before. Take a game mode that everybody likes, Onslaught, and then revamp the game mode, Onslaught Salvation. It's such a smart idea. Like, it actually is just so fucking smart. If you take something that people already like, change a couple things, make it better, change a couple objectives, bam, you have a game mode that everybody is going to like. It's so smart. Onslaught is already there. You may as well just take Onslaught, slap it with a new coat of paint, and then bam, you're done. You don't need to do an extra work. Bungie could focus more on story, more on literally everything else than working on a new fucking game mode that nobody's gonna like. They could just use Onslaught. In fact, Bungie, if you are ever listening to this video, and I know you're not, but just in case you are, just take Onslaught and keep giving it fresh coats of paint. Take Onslaught, put it on the Dreadnought for Heresy. I don't give a fuck. Like, just put Onslaught anywhere, everywhere. Doesn't matter. Give us more Onslaught maps. Give us more defenses. Give us more enemies. Give us everything for Onslaught. Just focus on Onslaught. Fuck all the other game modes. I don't care. Give us Onslaught. As you can see, I'm very passionate about Onslaught. And it's honestly just because Onslaught is a good game mode. It's quite literally the game mode everybody has been asking since the start of Destiny 2. A horde mode. A good horde mode. And that's exactly what Onslaught is. Although I will say, Bungie needs to increase the amount of enemies in Onslaught so builds can be tested easier. Because right now, if you have like an ad clear build, it's good, but it's not as good as it could be. And I think everybody who knows, like, who plays around build crafting, everybody who's done build crafting, you know what I'm talking about. If you go into Onslaught with a specifically ad clear build, you're gonna get shafted pretty quickly. But that's another topic for a different day. Honestly speaking, I think in its entirety, Revenant is the best thing Bungie has done since, I don't know, Witch Queen, I guess. Final Shape was good. The problem with Final Shape is that it leaded directly into Echoes, which was the worst thing Bungie has done since Witch Queen. Revenant was the best thing since Witch Queen. Echoes was the worst thing since Witch Queen. So I think that's pretty funny, in my opinion. Other than that, I really don't have any other things to talk about. I just really like this game. As you could clearly tell, I've been making a ton more Destiny videos. Like, here, let me go to my channel real quick. I just want to test something. I want to see something. Before I made those three, and the reason why I made those 3 videos before the Revenant Act actually came out is because I saw the TWAB, or the This Week at Bungie article, before that, the week before the Revenant episode came out, and I was so fucking excited to see all of the new changes, all of the exotic changes, the weapon changes, the new game modes and shit. It was so hype. That's why I released those 3 videos before the Echoes thing came out. So the last Destiny video I made before those 3 videos was it was when 1000 Voices was getting infinite power ammo, and all of the swords were getting infinite power ammo, so I made a video on that, which was pretty cool. But before that, the last Destiny video I made was months ago. Destiny just hasn't been fun to me in that time. I didn't want to play Echoes. After I finished Final Shape, I literally did not play Echoes. I logged on to do the story every week, and that's it. Even then, some of the stories I just straight up missed because I didn't care. So now I actually have a story that I don't have to focus on because I already did all the story shit. I completed my key field work and everything. I don't need to worry about that. I could just log on, do some shit with exotics, do some build crafting, play some PvP, and I could just have some fun, man. And that's what I really care about in Destiny, just having fun. To me, Destiny isn't competitive. It's not like super crazy about like multiplayer or anything like that. I just like having fun. People are there, but I like personally having fun in Destiny. So yeah, I am very, very highly excited for more shit in Revenant, and I hope to God that Heresy, the next episode, sorry, I forgot the name. The next episode after Revenant, Heresy, I hope that is just as good as Revenant as it is so far, because Revenant is so fucking good. We have Festival of the Lost coming soon. I saw the Iron Banner, like the new armor and the new weapons for Iron Banner. I'm hyped for that as well, which is a weird sentence because I actually don't even remember the last time I said I wanted to play Iron Banner, let alone be hyped for it. So there's that. We have Dawning coming soon during the Christmas times. I am hyped for Revenant. It's so good, bro. It's honestly so good. And in my opinion, going back to the start of what I said at the start of the video, I think Destiny is back. I think Destiny is back. Bungie, not so much. Destiny itself, though, we are back, baby. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below how you feel about Destiny 2 Revenant. And yeah, I think I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.